Abusian Chairman General never give up, the strong man. Now Abusian Chairman General I started campaign Akwatia. Now the see Enra and were reacted to it. Rebecca said the see Enra Chairman General was attacking Akwatia. Yes, Wabra will call 1 week for an escumi because Abra sebi yashiri yenu anomo ewo eye akwanshia recently this year no NPP for a buy and munyina ebe money or munyina Akroma chim kamakam. Enti said the iron no say was the chairman general so etu anamon no so adding ayen say si eye wo we kuja okopie mo and a man for be a omon yamen temi was NPP for being tiase no more attack general. Na general started campaign Akwatia. Na wa pulling nipa bebre na odi nkomoche omo say na or reacted to a YDC no and as we break silence to the happy and run na you could take campaign messages or the more me for credit man on TV as Africa credit my channel 1 TV or more granting interview regarding to Akwatia everything some kind and I know since DC no never give up with chairman general you say just say chairman general just for better Abusia you go see chairman general and someone no can me boy tea for na hwefo kai say a year 2nd September you better recover a year Akwatia by election hopefully a DC a boy Juma ye power ground so I hope he say Akwatia so better in green ama a lawyer bidia kubedu no ono so afan konim die frankano na wakoka ni nuanom ho a omo parliament already omukita overwhelming majority said the beya ode impunchu so beko Akwatia because they say die ade ben no enodi sa intino hwe mahama abanya wabaso the president of the republic na wo bo adwuma ene se obi so say wo aban na wo so dia ena utimi go for development na we seek for help etimi bantentem internet is Akwatia campaign message e koma Akwatia no Abusia enkoti chairman general ensham ne nkoma wodi silence or break it or pull crowd e wa Akwatia still strong or mom campaign message nyame aduma Tuesday yebehwe ebe agoro ne form na emo samri ya ko humbe bia eye susu ade bode hono beden ebefa
yeah ni abom because ye Ghana for first and sana party number ni abom ya na fe na no enkwachia etu ya to mention etu yi ya this year watching and I actually my office and Kobia a friend say offer you can see a banner you can know Yako and I'm sure was a papa enti referee you come for the address yake ina buga you party office of a fair Emma MPP for nyina by ebechai eka omanu nsem echiche yebre the book of condolence akọ omu nyina sensan kama aye no duru so yakosi omu nyina omu ebe boy state funeral nyina omu nyina pede ko fo me na do mi omu ba ma ne ye fe MPP NDC nyina ba ma ne ye fe se omu ye Ghana for first every state funeral na chi nipa numu a ewo mu a omu ye party for na wa say me national chairman me say ko omu abusuafo ho na aye ni amamre ho ye ne wo mu koye ba bibia ni wa yakwa yenduru wana MPP for the NDC for the CPP for nyina kambo na fe they are threat MPP Moma solidarity mercy CPP Moma solidarity mercy they are so yakasa ye ko tamale ye kama and ye free ho eba damongo hokrana menua baumia de kuro muhene Ana Busini Katsana, or Omidi was it, Asiedu Nketia MPP National Chairman. Ana, Obia Sereno, Ana Joe, Nana for where. Now I am in the set. Oh, there was what come with you. If you say, MPP Chairman, Nakasa, offering the group. Ana, and no air to a boy, one to say, Brah for the BBC MPP and this in them. Bebe kacha nse, edibesi ani na 7 December, ibe se amagani amagashi ya utoba ibe wa magaho. Eti region no medi. Ana meji ya sankoje na sacha ma no wa ni house president ka. Emi ti e free ho. Chama no, ne mo do no. Eti abusafo abefa no se no kwaya. Eti se minua ni ho. Na na juma wo ha. Na wo de ma me abesa de aka mo de no. Na ma e acting national chairman de ana. NDC chairman. NDC before Obia bibi hanu. Ana munya de chire bi sa de be ya. Ensa Nketia wo party ni be ti abo atamansi ani mu mobra be fie Akwatia wo ene ni ya ti ya si de ni ene skumi ba ana me frɛ constituency for any candidate say mo kwa bi be ni yire ba bia wa chance bia na mo Akwatia na mo ka se pe Akwatia aye fi so enya be ba and say wo ye se wo ko fi ho kra MPP fo e ko broko mo se wo ma constituency for the kra e ko tia ana wo dia ko dia be boye ana si wo nyebe asensi na ehyewa eto da bia etimi ma one ye no sisaka etimi me ntwe aye no dura yebehu aye so na ofiba enti office ana brafo de adie krata eba ba si ye se ye di ni kunu na okira enti ya bra na bua eti sabra suma bedru ha tani credit
Asiedu ba
batise MPP ni no abeka se ono ye minor enti motoma na obenya asase atwa ama mabunu na omoso aye minor no bi wo ha opposition ni wa asase na okofa free ono ankasa na adwuma de no aban kasa o manenya enti obi a ono ni bibi o se bo amena menya bi ama o na kwase obema ntoma tase o tie ni din enti mfia na ye di animu yi mining permit yo timber permit yo bibibia permit bia no every president mahama ho obi fufuro bia ntimi mfiri nkyɛn enye mobia abai mu mpanimfo nyina obia ni wa onimu lawyer bibibia mo pɛ bia no abai nsam ne wo batise MPP ni no abeka sɛ ono ye minor enti motoma na
for us to file candidates in all 276 constituencies during the elections if we didn't want to win. So we filed, and there were constituencies which may be more difficult to win. But we had candidates there. We had candidates in Bantuma, we had candidates in Manshia, we had candidates in all those difficult places. So that argument cannot hold water. If we actually file candidates in some of our most difficult constituencies during the main election. And you are now going to argue that Akwatia is an MPP seat, which it is not. Nobody can convince me that Akwatia is MPP seat. Akwatia is one of the swing seats, and it has been swinging since 1992. In fact, 1992, it was NDC. 96, it was NDC. 2000, it came to MPP. And then I think 2004, it was NPP. 2008 was where there were violent clashes leading to the destruction of the results of some polling stations, and we had to go in to complete it the way we did for Akroma North. Unfortunately, we didn't win, but the following year we won. We took it, and then the MPP took it back in the subsequent election, and then we went back for it. And then, up to 2020, it was in our hands. Then 2024 election went into some controversies, and so we went to court to stop the MP, the guy declared, from being sworn in. And then Afenyo Makin decided that he should defy the court order and get himself sworn in. So that is it, unfortunate. And so we have been in court, so you actually trying to remove him.
So you stand a good chance, and that's why you are going for it.
Precisely.
The Afenyo Makin you just mentioned, he has said that very soon your MPs in Parliament, they'll stop coming because they'll be bored, they'll be angry, there will be disaffection, and then you would have nobody in the chamber working for you apart from maybe the 60 people you have given ministerial position. Are you worried that you may get to that stage?
Oh, but going by that argument, he and his group have started working out already, so the side is empty. So if some of our people work out and you are left with 60 MPs, they still can do business.
But it will frustrate your work.
No, but you see, as a party, we are yet to do orientation for our MPs. So I can forgive them for some of their lapses. But after Parliament has done its own orientation, as a political party, we are also going to do our orientation. We're just going to do it when I think this Akroma North by runoff came and all that, so we keep postponing it. So when we do the orientation, I think that things will improve because you have a lot of new MPs. Some of them, their first time of coming to Parliament, they are battling with campaign expenses and other challenges, so they need to be guided.
Can you speak to them and say to them that they'll be fine? Can you assure them? Say to them that.
Sure, but the good thing is that the key leaders in our party are former MPs, so we've gone through those same experiences before. So when we talk to them, citing our own experiences, they understand.
Akwatia, many fear that what we saw in Akroma North, the violence, may be repeated in Akwatia. You are the government now, or you are the party in government now. You condemned violence in 2020 and all previous times.
Yes.
What promise and assurance can you give Ghanaians that Akwatia will be violence-free?
I don't think that Akwatia will turn out to be a violent election because we have assured the police that if anybody is going to interfere in their way of doing things, it will not be NDC. So they should go ahead. They have been trained to protect the citizens, to maintain peace, and so on. We have not been trained in that profession, so we are leaving the field for them to do what they have been trained to do and hold themselves responsible for the consequences. Other people who are looking for jobs, because if they hadn't won, then there will be parliamentary candidates who had worked for the party and will legitimately be looking for positions from the party. But once they were able to take some positions from the MPP, that's good for us.
So winning your seat is employment in itself?
Yes, yes. Otherwise, if you have, candidates who try but could not go to parliament, but they have contributed to the party and legitimately they will be looking for some placement. So once they got the placement in parliament, that is good enough. And it is not everybody who thinks that going to parliament is just a stepping stone to becoming a minister or somebody else.
But the problem is that because they are MPs, which is employment, they are also having a lot of responsibilities. People queue in front of their homes every day asking for, for them to take care of them, pay fees, go to funeral. And a lot of the time, MP's salary cannot deal with all this. But you have been an MP for 2 terms. I'm sure you know.
3 terms.
3 terms. So you know that the MP salary, is not that much. At least at your time, I'm sure it was worse, And so can they survive on their MP salary, their small committee allowances?
I don't think that minister's salary is also able to take care of the demands. But you need to manage the expectation of people around you. And so, and to some extent, I think that it is a failure, some system failures that has created that problem. Because, first of all, the system of getting people elected to parliament is becoming problematic. You've read about reports of monetization, over monetization of our politics and so on, to an extent that even some reports I have seen have indicated that the cost of going to parliament far exceeds the MP salary for the 4 years that he will be in parliament. So that in itself tells you that there's a problem. If there is that cost that needs to be paid or gap that needs to be filled, that will put into place some pressures for the MP to get some income from elsewhere. That is one of the system failures. Again, because we don't have this some social cushioning for people below the poverty line, they will always resort to demanding,
from their officials.
And that is also another system challenge that we need to deal with. I'm looking for a situation where it will be possible in future to actually reconscientize the population that the work of an MP is not to find money and share to people who voted for him.
That would be a difficult conscientization to
because we have not been funding the NCC very well. And so that work has not been properly done. I know that they were more effective. There were other structures that were more effective at doing that conscientization during the later part of the revolution and the early part of the democratic rule. But for some time now, I'm not sure successive governments have prioritized that aspect. But it is very, very important as our democracy is growing.
It's good you mentioned the revolution. The revolution was supposed to stop a lot of things from happening, things that were bad.